Right, good morning, everyone. All protocol duly observed. I'm AYOKUNMI, OLAOLUWA, and I'll be discussing representing Nigerian art music in Southwestern Nigeria within a changing musical landscape. Okay, now this study examining the promotion of Nigerian art music. I think we all know what art music means, but let me just say it in a few words. Art music is also known as classical music, and some people call it school music, some people call it intellectual music. Whichever way, the contemplative mood of its presentation, the seriousness it carries, the emotional and therapeutic strength of art music cannot be overemphasized. Now, coming home to our own Nigerian art music is our identity and is meant for preservation of our culture, values, and language. So, it is a genre that exists, and we cannot deny this reality. Although some people believe that Nigerian art music is not ours, I wonder how. If we have African literature and we see African literature, and they are presented in any other language, for example, looking at Chinua Achebe, Wole Soyinka, and all the rest, they write their poems and their works in English, but the content is ours. So our Nigerian art music is ours because it represents our own reality. It discusses our own issues. So coming down to contemporary art music and tracing broadcasting Nigerian art music from the fathers like Fela Showande, Akin Yuba, Ayoba Nkoli, and all the rest, Alubami Joko, those who had access to promote Nigerian art music via radio when before radio was deregulated. So, but I'm talking about after the regulation now. So, and I'm looking at Southwestern Nigeria. Maybe we can say I'm looking at Yoruba art music. It's fine. So the study considers transformation in media circulation, streaming practice, and audience engagement of Nigerian art music. As I said, this is the changing landscape. 2010, traditional radio broadcasting. I'm talking about the issue of FM radio. If someone is broadcasting a program from Lagos, I may not be able to listen over there in Ibadan. Someone may do something very, very fantastic somewhere else. Because the coverage for every frequency when it comes to FM station. And 2015, we have expansion of digital media practice. But that didn't happen from COVID. That's streaming. Radio stations started streaming their programs. And one program is going on any radio station. Normally, not all yet, but a good number of them via streaming. You can listen. In fact, you can watch. It was then radio is meant for only hearing. Now it's audiovisual. You can also see whoever is presenting what. So streaming, online access, and IB radio environments is now the order of the day. So some of you here who have not met me before but have heard about my name somehow, I don't know, and or peradventure watched my program on the radio promoting Nigerian arts music. So all I'm saying is that arts music is not meant only for religious setting in a church. Say it's for those, that's what they do. Some people say that it's a school music and it's not meant for classroom. No, composition is not meant for chefs. It's meant for dissemination. That is why radio is used as a space for ethnomusicological discourse. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking as a broadcaster, I'm talking as a musicologist. So research focus is how radio continues to serve as a platform for disseminating Nigerian art music within digitally mediated environment. Okay, the methodology used, of course, selection of radio programs. Looking at a lot of radio stations we have in Southern Nigeria, they are going to about 250. Unfortunately, very scanty promotes Nigerian art music. Very, very scanty. It's not going research on that, and I discovered that they are just too scanty. No, less than 20. less than 20. Now, what goes on? What that one indicates is that Nigerian art music is being marginalized in the media space. That's the implication. And before the regulation of radio broadcasting, it was not so. National NYFRS, they have a music program, and if up to the time of Conde Musoya, they were still promoting Nigerian art music very well in radio stations. But now it's no longer so. Now, those who are trying to do that, someone like myself and a few other persons, is personal interest, personal motivation, interest in that particular genre of music. And you can agree with me that Nigerian art music promotes our traditional music contents, our cultural identity, more than popular music that is prominent on the radio station. Yes. Don't tell me that Afro beats, for example, promotes our culture more than Nigerian art music. Well, it depends on how you present it. It depends on content interpretation, as the previous speaker talked about. There are ways to present music. Looking at contemporary art music, like the work of Dayo Yedun. Maybe you are listening to Sugar Daddy, looking at listening to Nepa, and social cultural music, like the work of Ayorinde, Ilubaje. These things, they are talking about our own reality, and it's becoming more engaging because of the contents and the mood of a presentation. So we get data from personal experience. So that's a participants observation method and ethic research. So a record from stations, audience, listener, practice, all those things, they engage to how we able to understand the essence at which Nigerian art music is being engaged on radio. And this, I told you, is about promotion of Nigerian art music, sustaining it, ensuring that it doesn't die, something that is known. Is known. It's not like it's something that is streamlined to church system or campuses or the printed copy on our shelves as composers. So online streaming helps a lot. Most radio stations are now on Radio Garden, but who are the people to promote the music? If music, music studies in our institutions don't see media as a space to express this genre. It's back then that we had musicologists working in radio stations, or let me say media houses. But now it's no longer so. They don't know, they don't have. So it's like we don't see that space belonging to us again. Whereas wherever we have Sonic or sound is represented is our space, especially media, because it helps in awareness and promotion. Those who are working as presenters and producers and musicians nowadays, some of them are not musically inclined, and they only play what they like, and they get to know what they like by what they hear. So why can't we occupy that space as an attempt to ensure that this genre of music is no longer being unrepresented or marginalized? So that's our space. Radio broadcasting, radio is a very good space for us to promote this, and digital audience too. It was during COVID I realized that I was able to know how many people were following my program. That time, the story in brief, okay? The radio station I was broadcasting Nigerian music then, I call it Indigenous Classics. That's a Diamond FM University of Ibadan. During COVID, the station was shut down. So I couldn't promote, I couldn't do the program. And I was already having audience, but I know people will even come perform live during the show. What do? I don't want this thing to die. So I opened the Telegram channel. So I used to record it. Instead of taking it to the station, I had to upload it on the channel. I named it Indigenous Classics. So I could see how many people following. I could get the number. When I was doing that on FM, I wouldn't know, except somebody calling or I receive a chat. So somebody at time request for a music to be played. So I see that media has power to tell people what they should be listening to. Media has power to influence people's interest. So if we don't put it there, no one will do it for us. And it's whatever media projects that people will appreciate. That's why it appears that Nigerian art music is meant for people studying music and church, the clergies, or in the seminary. I don't think it is so. So we can engage radio and digital privilege to promote Nigerian art music. So the media, the digital opportunity or space will help us to increase accessibility. As I said every time, people can listen to you, people can demand for music. No, I was on a show, was not yesterday about, okay, I played the Baba of Professor Mojola. And somebody just replied, whatever. I just laughed. So this music I know from very young age, but some people don't know it yet. Why? Who will help us? Ontani lang belaruge or Owani lang belaruge. Let's promote Nigerian art music so that it can reach wider audience, so that there will be continuity in our cultural visibility. Okay. Now, I had an issue when I was starting first. Somebody asked me, I think Dr. Adeyemi had been asking me that, where do you get repertoire? How come? How do you sure this will continue? And thank you, because a brother, he asked me directly. Some people will not do that, but he did that. And that thing made me realize that, wait, how are you getting repertoire? Because most of our works are not performed, let alone recorded. Those are recorded, are poorly recorded. And media people will not take your work once it's not clear. It won't be used. It won't fly. Now, we have a part to play. Another challenge I had, a composer, I used to ask composers for their works. Please give me your audio, give me your recording. I want to promote your work. So, one told me, how much will you pay me? But my own philosophy is that what is not known cannot be appreciated, let alone propagated. So, calm down. Let people know that what you are doing is good. They don't know you, bro. They don't know you. So it's until media propagates and people are so there's a music that sound this way. I'm not necessarily talking about church now. Look at Yamileko. I played Yamileko yesterday also. Yamileko by that, you know. Yamileko is not an Eurocentric discourse. It's our own. It's indigenous. It's what Yamileko is in Nigeria. And all the content there is what goes on in our society. Because it's satirical and it's sociological. So it's not about what they do there. It's our own. So it's our own music. It's our own reality. And I go back to that Ilubaje. It's just talking about our Nigerian government. And it speaks to us. Not only therapeutic now, not just contemplative now, but functional, more than how it used to be before. How do we solve the problem if composers want money for their works to fly? And people don't even know the work yet. How do we solve that problem? I need your inputs, everyone. Now, when stations don't even, we musicologists don't know that we have to produce people, graduates that can work in media houses. That's one problem. Another problem is that they don't also know that they need not any longer. It was when the issue of, because I was doing a feed up with Mama Kademola, she told me that it was when the issue of creating more stations all about came. Then some people brought in religion into the matter, that music is about religion, and they brought one Hausa man to Lagos station then, and the person just turned it upside down and said, no, we don't need music program like this. Let's just stop all this, whatever. So by and by, the whole thing they won't destroy a lot of recorded materials that they have in the station then. So the government, the religion, all those things put a stop to what is promoting our culture. Not necessarily, okay, tell me how religious is Yamileko, or tell me how religious. Even with religion, we are religious now, and we have freedom of religion in our fundamental human rights. So there's nothing wrong in promoting religion. Of course, we have other art music, Nigerian art music that talks about other religions. Yes. So there's nothing wrong. Or for example, look at this. Okay, let's not go down most of my time because I have 5 more minutes. So we have to explore the space. as musicologists. And we have to take all the space. We have to see the need that we need to see to the existence, the promotion and progression of our own Nigerian arts music. We need to ensure that we include music broadcasting or radio musicology or media broadcasting into our music curriculum. And we need support from governments and the scholars and media houses. We have to work together, not limiting it to individual personal interests. We can also be part of things that will promote music in its entirety, not only African arts music, but music in its entirety in our curriculum. Okay, so copyright matter has to be settled. You have to know any amount given to, are we paying you or you are paying us, or it's just win-win? I think it should be a win-win, but your opinion also we can't. There should be compensation, and media houses should be employing scholars and music graduates, and we should ensure that promoting music should go. If we say music we have there is not good, why don't we give them the good one? Same thing happens. They say, the government is bad, but the righteous are running away from the throne. So how won't the unrighteous reign? Thank you very much for listening. I'm AYOKUNMI, OLAOLUWA.
Mr. AYOKUNMI, I see people are very eager to contribute to your conversation. Please, let's not leave out our online viewers. If you have questions, please could you kindly raise your hand, use the raised hand emoji so that we can call on you. Okay, so could you raise your hands if you have any contributions, please? Okay, yes, ma'am.
My name again is Adeola Adijat Faleye from OAU. I appreciate your presentation, and I have two issues. One, your methodology, talking academically now. You give us just a year bracket, no specific radio stations, and I think you should just be specific on that. That will help you. Now, I, as a musical, as an indigenous composer and promoter of music generally, and art music, I like to say that I also belong in the media. I used to have programs on air, Orinu Akodaye, Ikpile, on different stations in Osun State. And far back outside the world, Nigeria context, people listen to my music, I get feedback. The challenge of promoting African indigenous music is more. One, I'll give you one, the content. Because most of the time we use Oriki, we praise sing, we praise chant. And most radio stations with MBC, they have that challenge. In fact, once they get to a certain portion, they will pause our music. Etinkiyo, you started praising or praise singing. So they don't like that. And I think some radio stations, I remember my first album, Toto Oba, was widely circulated in Osun State and Oyo. The challenge I had was when I started praise singing at, maybe I'm doing Oriki for Agau or for Olukoya, they will pause it. So I think more of the content is what the musicologists, the musicians generally need to watch out for. So it's intentional that some promoters like you, like I and others will want to go online, promote our music and what have you. So I agree with you. But the other challenge is the recommendation with respect to the monetary or the credits given to the composers and the radio users. I have had personal experiences where people promoting my music. Dele is of blessed memory. He used my music beyond what I could pay him. But some radio scholars or presenters will ask for money, even to promote your music. I think that's a serious challenge. And I have an exposure outside the world. When they're using our music, they don't ask for money. They even compensate us. I think this is one of the challenges that we need to face, address, and also is a win-win thing. So this is where I agree with you. So remember that if you want to be very sincere with you, with me and all of us, you will know that even presenters ask for back tips. They shouldn't be. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I also want to please don't mind me that I really interested in. Okay.
So I just wanted to make a quick announcement that the question and answer session is also timed. So if you could please be mindful of the time so that everyone can have some time to share their thoughts. 1 minute tops, please. Thank you so much. We love you.
It's 1 minute ago, even 30 seconds. All right. So I want to thank you. You've promoted my composition too. And, you know, I didn't ask for money because I know it's promotional and I need that promotion. I need to be known. Also, the problem, solution to that problem is also the composers. How are we, you know, kind of partnering with those who are doing production, music production experts to help us make this thing ready for promotion? Because when you go to them, the charges they collect, man, when you think about it, I beg, take the instrumental version of it, hear it, and you know, or you start looking for a choir to perform it, a church choir. But I guess if we have that synergy with the music producers, those who produce this thing, just do a track for us. And let this be a win-win. If you care, if you want, let's all win together instead of being individual, you know, in our approach. Thank you. That's a way forward to, you know, having that synergy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Speaking to content now, do you accept instrumental music? Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, I prefer a performed work. Maybe it's instrumental or vocal. Yes, it's not Sibelius audio, no. It has to be performed. They cannot come and perform live in the studio, no problem. Oh. It cannot have human voice. Of course, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
You know, I think I saw a version of this paper already published. Well written, excellent job. So what you said about quality of performance, that's a major challenge. Someone sent me a video recording of one of my works, and I felt like crying. It was really bad. It was really bad. And they were celebrating, but I was crying. So have you considered, and you need funding for this, kind of commissioning performances and then recording them? So in other words, you're expanding the scope of what you do beyond presenting them on radio, but actually engaging, being part of the process of performance, you know, through commissioned performances. I don't know whether you've thought about that, or that might be something you have to start doing to prevent people like me crying when I getting up the business. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. My question, though, is about the literature and the history of this line of scholarship. The scholarly discourse around media, broadcasting, even in music, there's a history for that I can't see in your work. So this is not the first time this conversation has been held, at least in the last 8 years. So where are they? And like somebody said earlier, I don't know about the scholarly, the way you package the presentation in terms of scholarly. So I'm looking for that nuances. There are available body of work in terms of theoretical discourse around media representation, presentation, and particularly for art music. Yeah, even in Nigeria, Akinwuba wrote a lot also in that, if you don't know. Yeah, this somebody. So, and we want to see how as the initial history, how are you building on that history? That's very important for me. Yeah, thank you.
I'm so sorry. The the alarm is crying, and we still have a few more questions. Can we please engage that maybe during our tea break? Yes, networking session. Thank you so much. Can we please give ourselves a round of applause for engaging